one product which already won a design award is our new vision technology. So for example, the Red Dot Design Award. But Bernd, you're having the camera in your hand, and to be honest, it looks fairly big. Did we maybe sacrifice functionality in terms of form?
No, I think our customers really like this robust housing, what is directly mountable in the machine with the integrated covering of the lens and the IP protection. And the camera is not big. Here, look, it is extremely short, and also the cable is going out by side, so we need no additional space behind the camera. And these dimensions, optical axis, often is constrained in the machinery. Okay. And the other cameras are longer, and you have to add the cable bending radius. So here we are really short.
Okay, so we actually save space because we are going out of the edge. Thank you for clarifying this, so I can tell our customers now. Another product line which we have here is our optics, and I see that we have two different kinds of optics here on the wall. What can you tell me about that?
Yes, we have a wide range of sensors from 1.6 megapixel to 24 megapixel, and also the size of these sensors is different. And so we need a smaller, cheaper lens for the smaller sensors, and we have here the edge of 11 millimeter image circle. It is well known in the market for the smaller sensors, and we have one lens for the bigger sensors. And clear, we have not only a robust housing here, we added also a really high quality optics inside. And for the bigger one, we decided also to have a better correction of the color, and so we have the same focus point for visible light and the near infrared.
So different sensors require different optics, and I think that it's very much in line with our philosophy of continuity. Yesterday I talked with Heiko about the CX92 and the CX82 platforms, which are sitting in between some smaller end or some lower end controllers, and also here we always have the right component for the application.
Right component for the right application.
Another component, the third component, which you require when you talk about vision is light. And I'm very happy that you turned it off today, because our lighting is actually very bright. It's flashing really, really hard, and it's flashing also very fast. Bernd, why do we need so many colors, so much light intensity?
So the change of the color is often very important to have the optimal contrast of your product for the feature what you want to check. And if you change the color of your material or the material itself, you need another color to have the optimal contrast. And it is very easy. You can reach the color by parameter in the PLC.
Okay.
It's easy to change. And the high power for flashing is extremely important for us, because we have very fast transportation systems and we want to freeze the movement. We don't want to stop and start again the product. It needs place and time, and also energy. And so we need an extremely high power. But don't be afraid. This flash normally in the field is extremely short, so that the human is not really disturbed. Here we make it a little bit longer, that you can see something, so otherwise you would say, oh, it's a switch off.
Okay, now I understand. So we need to flash hard in order to move fast. Thank you very much, Bernd. And now let's look at the software side of the vision, because hardware is one thing, but you know that there is always an integrated software functionality in the back-of portfolio when we talk about hardware. We have some fruits here, so we're not having breakfast right now, but I think we would like to answer a philosophical question. So, can you actually compare apples and bananas?
Yes, but the main reason that we have these fruits here is that these natural grown fruits are a perfect example to explain and what benefits you get with our new machine learning functions. Because everybody knows it, everybody can detect it, because we trained it, we learned it over the years. But now we have the possibility to use the training for the machine learning functions in comparison to use classical approaches. Maybe we can detect the object with classical approaches, but analyzing all the features would be a hard task.
I think for me now, this banana looks a little bit, it already had a rough start into the day, I would tell. Yeah. And what I think is pretty hard to tell if you use a classical algorithm is the degree of aging of the banana. Is this something where machine learning can help us a little bit?
Yes, for this we can train a regression model. And if we train all the aging steps, we can make a progression. what is the age of the banana, and we can also use an anomaly detection model to look for all these defects, because they can look always different. And this is the problem with the classical ones, where you have to use so many parameters. You might solve it, then something new appears and you start all over again.
Yeah, so of course with the machine learning you need to get the data, you need to label the data, you need to train the model, but once you have done it you can easily deploy this to all kinds of different use cases. And I think that's a very powerful approach. We are using it in the Explanar for the position detection, and again it shows whenever you have a task which you can't describe in an algorithm, you can do it with machine learning, or you can most of the time do it with machine learning. Okay, last but not least, how can we bring this amazing feature, this amazing learning capability to the machine, especially in the vision?
Yeah, we simply provide it with our existing vision library. So we add the functions to train the model and then run the inference both in real time. This product starts with the classical models like an SVM, K-means, PCA and so on. And at the end of the year we will also have the possibility to run deep learning models which provide better quality or more features that you can extract automatically from the model.
Okay, I'm pretty excited how much we can teach the machine with machine learning, and especially in the vision area. Thank you very much, Michael. We will now switch over to the next TwinCAT functionality, which is about auto-tuning, and this has nothing to do with your car. Haha.